Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, gonna be a bit of a quieter episode. It's really early in the morning, but I really want to record while I have the chance because I couldn't sleep anyway. So we're just gonna be going through doing our races. I'll probably record for a bit longer today, just because I want to do a really big episode just to get it out of the way for the week. I'll try and do more when I can, but this week looks pretty full on with work and horse racing commitments and other things. So I've sort of gone through and I've booked out a couple of races for my horses, so hopefully we can retire Savage by then. We've got Slyfly in the spring, Easy Traffic in the London Gold, Social Mood's having off. I've been thinking about putting him in the Caesar Cup, but we'll wait and see. Urban Rose, she just won the Young Mile Cup. True Carol is going to the London Oaks for the international race, and Safety Rock will be racing this week. So that's pretty much all of our horses that we have going at the moment. Otherwise, hopefully we're in a good stead to just keep producing good foals going forward. So we are the second pick here today. Crazy Expert is the favourite. It's too late to go through the race fields, so basically here's our girl. Let's just see if she can get a win. Commentary is probably going to be a bit more laid back in this episode. If that's not your cup of tea, I apologise. If you just prefer watching the racing and the horses and whatnot, this will be your perfect episode. Like, I'll talk here and there. I'm not going to really talk too much. If I have any tips or tricks that are in mind, I might drop them, but I don't really want to wake up the whole household. So we have a perfect start here. Probably not ideal. Try and tuck inside and just go for gold from there. I hope, can never get too lucky with these type of races, especially over the distance, but I really need to slow down because I don't want to burn too much stamina. My voice sounds raspy and whatnot. It's like I fell asleep at like 10 to 12, which midnight, and then I woke up at 2 a.m. and I was just like, okay, and I couldn't sleep after that, so I've really just been laying in bed. Like, I could have recorded this episode like, I don't know, 4 hours ago, but I don't want to wake everyone up because that was still fresh, then, sort of thing. Well, that's what I was checking. I was checking to see what other sort of ideas I can have to try and help people out. Because you can always help the rest of the community, There's a couple of little tips and tricks that you can use, especially when it comes to like your own horses and whatnot. Like, for example, if you are worried you're going to lose a brood mare, you can save it at the start of that season, and then if you go through, I think you've got to save it at the start of the year before the classifications, and then you go through the year. You play the game normal, or you skip through the year. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you skip through the year. Sorry, and then if your broodmare dies at an old age, then you don't breed with her that year. I'm pretty sure. And then you breed her the next year, and she won't pass away, or something like that. I don't know anymore. It's been a while. We also head to head, so nothing new there really. Is that the favourite inside of us? We might have a chance to win this if we don't tire out. Get up, good girl. Come on. Good girl. That's it. Fight on. You got this. Could be a nice easy win. Good work, girl. Gee, well then. Bang. So, Good win there. So ideally with this one, I'm sort of looking more towards pushing through this year and getting some better bloodlines going. Okay, yeah, that's right. We got a win here on Supreme Glow. He still won't give me Supreme Glows and Miles. Ooh. I really would like both of those, please. As my horses after this week. Yeah, so that was a huge win there for Safety Rock, wasn't it? Yeah. First Group 1 win. That's good to see. Promising. I've got a couple of few good fillies coming through for speed wise. And we are the favourite here today. So, that was to be expected though, because our jockey request was to be the winner. So, a little bit of pressure, but I have faith that I can win this. This horse has been running really well. I won the Colt Cup nearly uncontested, so can't complain about that. Yeah, so hopefully with this next couple of 2-year-olds that come through, a couple of good double S ranked horses come in, but they're not superstars, like they're not international level horses. Like you've got your in-game horses that are international, like for example Hartford Delight, Tender Value, Fast Navy is to an extent, but I don't want horses that are too good, because then I won't be able to test negotiate for them. At the moment I'm sitting at about 55 plus on all stats, all that sort of like range. So if I can find a good SS ranked horse that's going to mature, maybe hit peak at 4 or 5, like maybe Pink Amber or Indian Lark, something like that. The only reason I don't really like Indian Lark though is because he starts off with like 56 speed and he takes forever to wind up, and then his peak's only like a low 80s, so like it's a lot of effort. It's like dealing with like E-ranked horse for like the first 2 years of the horse's career, and then all of a sudden, oh, I want to run now. Something interesting is how some horses have ability. I'm talking real life here. Some horses have ability, but their mental capacity can't comprehend like racing, so it takes them time to mature. It's not so much about like developing their ability, for example, but it's more their maturity. And like you see it in horses, like they can't really race when they're younger because they're green and they're arrogant or they're cocky. But then once they sort of mature and calm down and they come back to you sort of thing, it's really nice to see. Fillies can do the same. Bring it coming. Don't want to risk it. The Chief will make it a break. I think we got this in the bag. We've got about 8 furlongs, or 0.8 furlongs to run. Having it up to the finish line here, pulling away. We'll get him under with a couple more times just to finish off this race. Bang. Another Group 1 win. Supreme Glory, that makes it back to back. He's in contention for the Triple Crown on the turf. Got the extra Triple Crown, which is Baltimore and Derby and everything else. Cool win overall. I think that said main jockey. I hope so. And again here, we have the favourite. Looks like we're $5 different favourite. as you can see by his stats, he's definitely a competitor when it comes to all types of racing. Like, before you unlock a lot of the super horses in the game, like the international super horses, that is, he is a very good international horse, especially for the Continental Cup, Paris Cup, Platinum. You can run the mile too, which helps. So you can do like the. I'm trying to think of what the mile one's called. Same week as Platinum. It'll come to me later. Yeah, so we haven't lost any horses that we haven't really wanted, which is good. I will admit we are getting a bit unlucky though when it comes to horse we get off trainers. Like, to get an S-ranked horse from Shima, who's like he will be. The growth rate's good on him, but with those types of horses, they don't really gain a lot of stats. They only really go up slowly over time. He might only end up at like 75, you know, and he's already at 65. Like, he'll win Group 1s, but in his growth type will be good to pass on. He has some good abilities, but he's not really a foundation side, you know. He's not going to be able to pass on super speed to his lines. And I'm not going to get a 7 here because I can't get past this horse in front of me. Sitting there half cut in between two running lanes. Nothing I can do. I'm going to have to get going now, otherwise I'm not going to get home. Slowly swinging out. That gap's just opened up. It depends if that horse in front of us is going to take it, which is not. And this race is over. I was a bit worried there on the corner. Ended up kicking through. Very good horse to ride. Doesn't do a lot wrong. I was surprised his temperament, like, he got upset that he was behind that horse though for so long. But can't help it, you know. So far 3 wins, 4 wins on the episode. It is getting to that point now where you sort of, well, I sort of understand a bit more how to win every race in hard mode, and like, it's not hard to get wins when you've got good horses. The real challenge for me will be coming up soon when we get our own original horses, because it's a whole new kettle of fish. You're disappointed. Why are you disappointed for? Why are you sucking? What are you sucking about? Because I don't have one of your horses. Lovely. The easiest way to sort of explain that, if anyone that's curious on. Anyone that's curious about why you lose horses or why you lose. Fuck at me. It's a hard race. I want 2 hard races this week. So there we go. Oh, would you like to challenge me? Sure. Yeah, so like I was saying, the hardest part will be like when we get our own original horses, we won't know any of their stats. Our bloodlines won't be super for at least another 5 years to start off with, because we have no SS ranked size in the barn. AC Traffic will go in, but he doesn't produce any speed horses, and he's only really good if you can get Self-Buster or Master. It's a horse off someone. It's a filly, and they're a perfect match. But even then, the one I've got on my other file, which is a perfect match, which bred, it's coming out with like 96 stamina, and it's a really slow growth type, which is fine. The annoying part about it is it's got like 60 speed, so it's quite a difficult horse to put into races, because you know it can't really sprint. It has distance covered, but if you come up against a horse that has 80 speed and only 70 stamina, it makes it a difficult race because they can outsprint you. what this game sometimes does well and sometimes doesn't is the stamina. So if you take into account, for example, so for my horse here, I have 40 stamina, right? I'm running my horse in his ideal position, he's comfortable, he's clean and whatnot. So if I went for this, go for the straight at the same time that someone, say for someone in the straight has 80 stamina, if we go for a kick at the exact same time, I'll outsprint him. Because that's just how it would logically work. Like, we've got the same stamina, so when it comes down to who's going to be the faster horse, me having more speed, I should better win that too, though, you know? And that took too long, but hopefully that's a good spurt. But yeah, like, so it would take forever. Like, for now, for example, I'd be able to outsprint a horse just because I'm not outlasting them stamina. But if, say, for example, I had to go before them, we put in a good effort there. We'll get a bit far back on that corner, and then everyone just expanded. It wasn't a bad run at all. We came home really well. Yeah, and the favourite one, so I'm not disappointed. I don't understand the stats on that one. Like, the spurt was, I did go a bit early, but I felt I had to, because there was a gap there, and I wanted just to try and take it. We are the second favourite here, after our performances, so can't really complain if I'm being frank. Oh, we haven't raced here yet. Let's save data. Or maybe... No. Do you know how annoying it is to get perfect starts on horses you don't need perfect starts on? You can't get them on front runners, and then you get them on horses that are meant to be at the back of the pack, and it's so tedious. Hopefully we don't have to... Oh, this field's not as big as that last one, so hopefully we don't have to swing out as wide. So Sly Fly will probably be my first side, put some speed into my lines. Like, he hasn't got much stamina, and it's easy to breed in, like, easy traffic. Like, go Sly Fly, maybe cross it with Sunny Beach once she's retired. If it's, I'm pretty sure it's a girl. If it's not, I'll have to cross it with the Urban Rose or something like that, and then cross it with easy traffic to try and get that stamina through the lines. And then that can be my foundation horse. Does it make sense if it turns out any good? Because the easiest way I can sort of explain breeding for those who are new is your foundation of breeding isn't your first foal you breed. Your first real foundation for your breeding line is a horse that's going to pass on good abilities or have high stats. Not super high stats. You don't need to have 90s and that. You don't even need to have 80s. But you need to have a horse that has one positive ability, for example, stretch burst. But more importantly, you need to have a horse that doesn't have super bad stats. You can't have a horse with 7 temper or 7 control or anything like that, because it's not going to do anything for you. Specialized just got it kicked. I knew this would be a high pace. We might kick up and get second, which is where we meant to run, but Specialized go unless it drops out. No, not going to happen. Nearly did. Not a bad week, a third and a second in 2 group ones. And we beat Thompson, so I even forgot we were challenging her. You know what? If you're gonna race, you're not gonna. Can't even run you in the Caesar. I can run you in the Tokyo, but you're gonna be yellow. Honestly, if I'm being honest. Oh, we got Spring Glow, lovely. That's really cool. Right. So, easy traffic will be our next race. Horse racing game, if you're watching this, if you want to find out when Ardent Chariot is racing next, give me a while. So say for example, this was Ardent Chariot Fast 8. For example, it was you'd go in, you just press square, and it will tell you the race they're nominating. So for example, for Fast 18, it's racing tonight, or today, whatever, this week. Say we're going to Rose Walk, see when his next race is Summer GP. And then you know when they're racing. Sometimes they won't be nominated into races, like when they're off. But other times they will. You just raced. This is what you got to be careful about. You've always got to check that the My Jockeys when you've got My Jockey as a thing. Because you never know what race your horses are actually in. Now, it's quite annoying. Caesar Cup. I want to kind of... Please let me. I want to get this horse as a my horse because a late bloomer has really good stats, but I don't reckon I'm going to get it. He's an 8-year-old now, and he'd be a really good sire. Like, obviously, I didn't race him as a pre, but he'd be a horse I can get, retire straight away, put straight in the breeding barn, and then breed with him next year. Well, the favourite $1.40. Next closest is a horse that can't even run anywhere near the distance we can. So, should be a good start to the first half of the season. That horse is mine. 4 minutes and 19 seconds this race alone. By the way, people. I love that. And see, can't get a perfect start on the horse I need to. I'll get perfect starts on horses I don't. We're just going to take him straight to the front. Well, not the front, but sort of this area. And just sit him there. Let him go slow. I'm going to find the second pick. Oh, he's going to block me. Lovely. So far, so good. Can't really complain. It's a nice blaze. I've been too far back in the field, and I've just got blocked by everyone. But I'm going to go 7 here, and that's no fault of my own. I just can't get into a decent position. How did we get a 7? Anyone want to explain that? That wasn't a perfect start. Ran him out of position for like the first 6 furlongs. Going down slow. These can be touch and go, that's for sure. This is the thing about international races that I don't like. Slopes, just no. You gotta be careful because you can't just hold down because then they get angry. Woo, big fella, come on. Slope's nearly over. This race takes so long, dude. Remind me to never nominate in this race ever again. Like, ever. It's just insane. I don't even know how to think. But even cap out on stamina, that's how bad our first 6 furlongs were. And the slows didn't help, but it won't really affect him because it's not that wet underfoot. He has a heap of stamina plus last corner leader. We'll just wait for the field to think they have a chance and then we go bang. So as you can see, his stamina against his horses trying to outsprint us is a big issue. Like they're going to start dropping off now because they just can't run the distance and he can. But if this was a sprint, say it was only over 12 furlongs, for example, because that's more a sprint for distance horses, they would just stick with me and stick with me. And as you saw, my stamina dropped, it started dropping for 2.5 furlongs. But because he had so much of it, it just kept stockpiling. So 4:27, and the last time I won this race, I remember the record was 4:19. Holy, they ran that slow. At least we still won though, so that is a positive, I guess. Let's just have a look what horses are running around. I think we'll just go through and go to the sales and see what horses we can pick up. Supreme Play, our new 3-year-old. Got second best so far. Easy Track 4-year-old and Swy Fly Dirt. Yep, that's cool. Ooh, new horsey. See what I mean? You get excited and it's Chili Link. Ooh. 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 No. Not that far in the game yet. Please don't make me for a goal back then. You're kidding me. Oh well, we'll go through the list and just see what other horses we can pick up. I wanna. I've bred with State Chief. Doesn't work. Ooh. Yeah, she's an international horse. Her stats are better than State Rules, and that doesn't make sense. There's mental power in this list of horses. Should have checked this earlier. Nope. Don't want to pass on second race Slumper. Oh yeah, while we're here, we'll come back to that. So I'm really just taking this as a breezy episode to find out what second race Slumper is. It's not that one. It is in the academy. Help. Abilities. Here we go. If runs well in first race in a while. If runs well in a first race in a while, may then run poorly in second. So there you go. So second race Slumper is basically if you give it a break, where I think where it drops to yellow. When you keep a horse in the blue, that's good, as long as you maintain it in the blue. And but otherwise, if you want to know what any other abilities you have that have unlocked, like special abilities or anything like that, it's all here. So if you're curious, it just comes before stubborn tends to become eager during the race, and stuff like that. And what's shift down? Because I was curious about that. When running mid or long distance, a gentle pace will create persistence at the end. Okay, that's fair enough. That must be an auto. Yeah, so if you wanted to know what that means, there you go. We're running this week anyway. And he's blue. Well, what are our odds? Top 3. Now, can we retire you yet? Lovely. We're not breeding with you, sorry. I'm putting my foot down. Can I retire you? Yep. Just trying to go through and get rid of all the horses, so... Being honest, Triffin's already got foals. But is she pregnant? I don't want to get rid of her right now if she's pregnant. You know? That's not foals, that's not what I was looking for. This one. Okay, so yeah, they're both in foals, so there's no point me tiring her yet, because then that's only gonna ruin my breeding. I'll have to wait till the 3rd of next month. So you're off. You get to an 80. You might be a good breeding mare. I did not know you'd get that high. But yep. So we have 2 races this week. We have that one and that one. That one and that one. Big words. Big plays. It's my smartness, you know. I'm sorry for all those people that just want short episodes, like 10-minute episodes, but if you've personally played this game, you would understand that to make any progress to get the better horses to upgrade your jockey, you need to play for a lot of time. Like, I've probably had growing up. Not even being unrealistic. I probably used to play this game 8 hours a day on weekends. And then I'd get home from school at about 4 o'clock, 4:30. And I'd probably play it till about 8 o'clock every night. So I probably had probably 5,000 hours in this game over the last 16 years. So, you never know. I'm the favourite today. Who's the favourite? A Loud Saloon. Salon. Favourite's kicking back on the inside, but we're putting out a fight on the outside. Favourite's kick back. Another second place finish for Sly Fly. He's had a hard year, the boy, I will admit. Heart-rending. There are no certain racing ball hands will go straight if you do not win when you can. I was the third pick in the market. Cook. Calm your titties. Third round pick here in the Tokyo Derby. Sedate night. What is it with dark grey horses being named Sedate? Like Skipaway was Sedate Ruler, which is always in the shotgun mode that I have nowhere near attribute wise. And I'm not really close with any international trainers at the moment, so I've just got to sort of hope they go, here, I request you, please. Or they put up against a jockey I can beat. That would be better. Good start here. Gonna tuck up inside. And when I say let's tuck up inside, this is why you don't tuck up inside.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
Okay, that wasn't even... interesting. Okay, when you're riding a favourite, it doesn't mean you can just come up and block people. It's a bit gutsy performance here. Come on, get there, get there. We're gonna win. Oh, there's 2 second picks. But we won. So that makes us the better second pick. I didn't think we had that one when I got stuck down the back. You think you go for an inside run and just do it, and then your horse gets sad. Sad horsey. He deserves a pat. You know. You want a good run. Yeah, it's got some good horses and abilities. All for pink, by the way. Who has Sedate Ruler? When are you racing? I'm not going to get 30 levels. I need to get to 56 before... And positioning. The only thing I can't really do. In hard mode. We are the favourite. I like to see that. I can respect it.
The horses are on the track.
Desert Diver. Oh, there's a 3-rod. Oh, no, it's a distance. That the record is not the exact race. Sometimes I forget about that. Like, the track record isn't specific to the race, it's specific to the distance. Which is annoying, because each race should have its own record, in my opinion. I'd be like trying to compare fucking Secretariat to, well, then saying that, the Belmont, or the fucking Preakness is, what, 3,200, isn't it? Maybe. I'm not sure how far it is. Let me have a look. Do a quick Google. If I don't want to be spitting out facts that aren't true, you know? Distance. Preakness is run over a mile and 3/16. Interesting.
Five furlongs to go.
So the first race in the Kentucky is a Kentucky Derby, which is a mile and a quarter, which is 2,000 meters, because there's 1,600 meters in a mile for those Australians watching.
And they're in the home stretch.
So look, I'm in that gap, does it?
Show your
I don't know. We're gonna get going now though. Okay, but don't worry about it. It's also just gonna put us into its own gap. Yeah, we're not gonna get this one. She doesn't have stretch first. We're only gonna put in a good performance here, if I'm being honest. That was a shit run. Couldn't get top 5. Top 3, sorry. The Preakness is a mile and 3/16, so that's 3/16. Isn't that just under a quarter? But the at a mile and a half. A mile and a half is 2,400. What? That's boring. It's not even that far. Melbourne Cup's 3-2. So, that was an interesting performance from the one time we actually start favourite in Group 1. We don't want it. It's always the way. I guess we're going to just go through and sort out where our horse is going to run. Because Supreme Glow, he's too good of a horse not to try and stroke his ego a little bit. Yep, perfect. You're sorted then. How long can I make you wait? There we go, perfect. Bye. Didn't think there was going to be impulse in a race when he hasn't even won mini group 1. Okay, he's run 6, never mind. fight fell. Because it's 2 euro plus. And we need sprint races to unlock this things, so far so good. What's your distance? 5 to 9. We're at Fenway and then she's only 114 handicap. Crowd can have a little bit of time off. Safety rock. Put her in the Chicago's. And that should do us for the meantime, because we're not going to race him anytime soon. If I race him at all, if I'm being honest. I don't really want to deal with that. So, we still haven't even leveled up on positioning. It's going to take a while. Night Falcon. I'm pretty sure I have a feeling that Nelson gives you half a delight once you get so many revolutions. I feel like that's a thing. So that's what I'm holding out for anyway. If not, then I'll deal with it. So, got a favourite, understandably. She's a good horse.
The horses are in the gate.
But it's not a bad start.
And away they go. That was a beautiful start.
Again, sorry if the episode's a bit quiet or anything, volume-wise or commentary-wise. I just not really in the mood to talk. But I wanted to get a VR because I wanted to play the game. And I just wanted to let you guys enjoy it, you know. And don't feel afraid to ask any questions about how I play or anything like that. I'll answer any questions you've got. If that's alright by you guys. So I personally don't really mind. I feel like back of the pack horses are harder to ride in
Okay, this is where the race
hard
won.
mode. Or is that just me? I'm gonna just let them go.
Show your gut.
She got out
2
sprint them.
furlongs to go.
Or maybe not.
An amazing first escape.
And now we will. Forgot she had that ability.
The winner.
Good win. A little bit nerve-wracking. Good work. Positioning leveled up, so I'm going to be 2 levels off. Frugal luck. Does she drop? She definitely does not. Two really good dark greys that I want, and I can't get either of them. That's a nice pickup. I would like to drive you or ride you this. What are you racing then? How many points do I need? I need 4,600 times that by 2 basically. I need 9,000 points to get her before the first, not possible. Not unless I do 8 races in the next thing and get perfect positioning for all of them. Don't like chances. And that's a lot of riding here, back to back to back to back to back. And I'm not really for that. I'd rather just go through. Enjoy it. Fair Kick is a favourite. We're on a pickup ride here. Scott Show. Good or worse, if we're going to be honest. Only problem he doesn't have fuel. But I feel like if I can win this, he might give us a chance to ride again. And we can try and pick him up for a good sign. He's got that really nice growth that I like. He just has another. And he's another back on the horse field. All of them will have the same arc. There's no way to be a guess at this point with my own. I won't even have to watch any replays or anything because I'll just know where they're going to be running. Because all of my horses at the moment, except for no, all of my horses are in the back of the field. I love that. Maybe easy traffic isn't. But who knows?
Show your guts. 2 furlongs to go.
I was hoping we'd get a revolution.
An amazing burst of speed.
I was not going to win. And we're not going to get that far. That was a weird race. Sort of just sat there and didn't move. Spurred was a C. I was Spurred a C. Was I meant to go later? Don't see how I would have gone later. I wouldn't have made up any ground. Interesting. Alright, we have the Chicago this week. Nice little field of horses so far. Favourite, East of Pool. How come their horses can have double spaces but our horses can't? We've got here's little quotation marks or one space and a quotation mark. It's so annoying. It doesn't look too bad with quotations, but I'd rather not have to do it.
And they're off.
He's in a pretty good position. We're just gonna let him, or her, sorry, do her thing. So I haven't even started that other series I was gonna make. I've just been too lazy if I'm being honest. I have had things on in my life and whatnot. And they have put a damper on my mood.
They are midway down the backstretch.
Once I finish this episode, I'll just go have a quick nap again, and then hopefully wake up. Because 2K21, the NBA game, came out. Anyway, let's get going.
Two furlongs to go.
Not in this one now. Oh, never mind. Here comes us flying. What a win. I gave up once I got stuck. Good win. Hey. This is bad, this is very bad. Horse racing from the Costa Globe challenge in blue. Alright, Collins gives you desert dive when you win so many group ones. Why there's so many different horses that want me to race in? You're kidding me. I wanted to race on that horse again. We'll race these two races and then that will be me done because that's sad. I wanted that horse for breeding, you know. It's easy to follow the horse if you're right on both its first couple of starts because then no one else rides it, you know. Stronghawk is the favourite. Horse that I want personally, and I've tried to negotiate for multiple times.
The horses are on the track.
Just can't get. Nice little animation.
The horses
Here we
are
go.
in the gate.
It's only over 5 phones.
And away they go.
It's a strange race for Stronghawk, if I'm being honest.
Two furlongs to go.
Could that be a good thing?
Show your heart.
You deserve this one, buddy. What? What are you disinterested for? So confused. And of course, Cook's never happy. We are the third pick here today with Yellow Cloud being the favourite. Sorry about that. I had a glass bottle sitting away from me, and I don't know how, or honestly, why, but it fell. Wasn't near it.
And they're off. That was a beautiful start.
We're gonna get stuck on the inside of the rail, as always. Blimey. So far so good, but I feel like we're going to get cupped by this horse in front of us. No, to quick take the rail. You don't get that opportunity very often.
To go.
It's because we're coming into a straight.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
13's going in.
Two furlongs to go.
Well, this race is over then, ain't it?
Show your guts.
They just stopped pressing it. And we flew on it after the buzzer. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that. Sorry it wasn't the most exciting episode. But nevertheless we made some form of progress, so if you liked the episode, thank you. If you didn't, that's fine. I fully understand. Like, it was not a good episode. But as always, I'll see you in the next one.